Okay, so a lot of people have been asking me about how to build my Knex armor. So I'm basically going to give you a couple guidelines to start your own armor, because I don't want people copying me. So I guess first thing is to learn the chain. It looks a bit like this. It's what allows the armor to conform to your body because it's all movable. And it looks cool. So there's this kind of chain. You can do the exact same one with gray stars. Basically, each part looks a bit like this. Alright, this part moves. You take exactly that, you put a white in the holes behind it, and you connect it like this. And that's your chain. You can do things, you don't have to use whites, you can use like the blues here. Have a whole chain of yellows and blues. And my armor was actually made with the same thing, but with reds instead of blues. For the rods, and you know, that was like this thick, and it makes a nice chest plate. Yeah, and the straps on the back are made out of this. It's exactly the same thing, same concept. You know, the holes are all allow movement, and you know, it's pretty simple. So I guess I could also explain a couple techniques. One way to attach this chain, for example, to like a belt or something, because this itself isn't going to make your armor. You gotta have a way to like finish it off or attach it to something. So I just have this little piece right here. It's off of something else I used. It looks like this. And this is what we really want to pay attention to, is right here. Where the chain would attach. So let's do this. So you have something like that. Just push it together. And that would be where your chain attaches, and you know, the other side would come like around and attach to these three. The point is that these three yellows are all the same distance away as these three yellows. So you can attach them, you know, right here. And something like an orange star will fit right like that and connect perfectly. And you can use that in a lot of different places. Like here I've used grays, as you can see, you know, to move your chain along this way or wherever you need it to go. Otherwise, I guess, just, you know, mess around with things, especially these chain things on larger rods than just whites and blues. And you could use yellows, and like on my armor I used reds and yellow stars, and I made a really nice chain that covered a lot of area, and that's what really makes the armor look good. Also, you want to kind of avoid things like these to cover space. You don't want to use like whites or like this to cover space, because it doesn't look as nifty as, you know, covering it with something like a bunch of chains that look like this. Also, you know, these break really easily and fall out, and it's really not very strong. So if you're gonna use like connecting to the ends of rods, you know, be careful about it. Like I said here, I'm not just using one yellow rod here. I'm using 3 to make it strong, because, you know, after all, it is armor. You want it to be strong. But yes, so steer clear of crap like this. On my helmet, I had to use it because of pieces, and you know, there was not really a way around it. But just, this is not a good idea. So otherwise, I guess, you know, just mess around with crap. There's a lot of stuff you can do actually just with chains. It's basically what I based my whole armor off of. You can, you know, base it off other things like hanging. I've thought about this a little bit. Hanging a bunch of, you know, orange stars from here with this to cover space, like on yourself. You know, just like along a gray maybe for like right here, and it just goes boom.